Hey babies, welcome to my channel. It's Kimberly and today's video is going to be all about contouring your face. This is going to be part of my Makeup for Newbies series, which if you don't know what it is, it's a series I started on makeup for when you're a beginner. Maybe you're a teenager in school and you want to start trying to put on makeup. Maybe you've never worn makeup before and you're like, I want to start applying something, but not too much. Or maybe you just want to make sure you're doing it correctly. Or maybe you just want some tips and tricks. I got you. Just check out my playlist. I will link it up here, somewhere here, or no, I think there. So make sure you check out my playlist and, let me know what you think of it. Another thing about my Makeup for Newbies series is that I always use drugstore makeup. And there's a reason for that. When you're new applying makeup, you do not want to go and buy expensive, high-end, super duper makeup and then find out that you don't know how to apply it or you don't know, what you're doing. Practice with the drugstore stuff, and then when you feel comfortable, progress to the more expensive stuff. In other words, don't waste your money before you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're doing. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kim. Welcome! Where have you been? I love having you. Make sure you snoop around my channel. I have all kinds of cool videos on beauty, fashion, a little teensy, tiny bit of fitness. Just a very little bit of fitness lately because the quarantine situation, the gym is closed and everything. But hopefully, things will change and we'll be able to pick that up again. I also vlog. I do some really cool vlogging, so make sure you check that out too. Although not right now because of the quarantine, but like I said, the moment things go back to normal, everything's gonna be just, going back to normal. Okay, now, having said all that, I'm not gonna waste more time talking. We're just gonna get right to the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. And yeah, let's check it out. Okay guys, now for the record, I should say, when I say the word contour, I really mean contour. But because I'm from Holland and my first language is Dutch, in Holland we say contour. So it's completely different from everything, and my accent and everything is just messing things up. On another note, I have something floating around in my eye, on my eyeball, and I can't seem to get it out. So if you're constantly see me twitching or acting all silly, that's part of the issue. So anyways, back to the tutorial. Contouring your face. Why do people contour their face? The reason why is because they want to bring out or draw attention to all the parts of their face that they want people to see, and they want to hide the parts that they don't want people to see. Now, in this video, I'm keeping it to the bare minimum because you don't want to go crazy. Like I said, you don't want to go crazy with makeup when you're new to it. For contouring your face, you don't need anything special. No, you can use anything. When it comes to me and makeup, there are no rules. So whether I want to use concealer as a contour, I can do that. You can use 2 different shades of foundation. They have these cool pens. This one's from Rimmel. One side has a darker color and the other side has a lighter color. See? If it's the right shade, always make sure to check. And with drugstore makeup, it's a little bit harder to test the makeup in the stores because usually it's really packed and stuff, wrapped tightly, but you can always return it, right? You can also apply eyeshadow. Most of these palettes, this one's from Wet n Wild, have a lighter and darker shade of like a natural kind of brownish tone in it. You can pick a lighter shade and a darker shade and use that. Or you can get one of these. This is like a special face sculpting palette. This one's from CoverGirl, and actually it also has a highlighter in it, which also brings out your features. So I actually use this one all the time. And I found this palette that I had from CoverGirl. It's from the Full Spectrum CoverGirl collection, and it's the Contour Correct Expert palette, and it's a cream palette. So this is what it looks like. Now, some of the shades, like the orangey shades and stuff, they're more for correcting the color. That's a whole different video. We're not gonna go into correcting and all that stuff. This is just purely for the contouring of your face, or contouring of your face. I'm gonna use this shade over here, this light shade, and I think I'm gonna use this shade up here because it's a little bit darker. Having said all that, let's just start coloring in the face. I should say I am not wearing any powder because this is a cream consistency that I'm gonna apply. You don't want to apply a cream consistency to a powdered face, okay? Now, if you powdered already and you're like, I still want to add some contour, I say go with powder. Do not apply cream over powder because it's gonna look messy and it's, you know, probably not gonna look as good as it could. I am not wearing a full face of makeup. I'm just wearing foundation, a little bit of mascara. I did my eyebrows and I plopped on some, you know, brownish kind of color lipstick, just so I don't look like I completely just stepped out of bed. I am going to be applying my contour. You can apply the contour different ways. Whatever works best for you, you can go for it. Some people like using their fingers. Some people like using a sponge. Some people like using brushes. You can do whatever works best for you. I'm gonna start off with a brush, and I'm gonna start with the darker part. Before I do that, I'm gonna take a quick shot of my face so that we can do a before contour and after contour shot. You know, we can see the difference. So here we go. Okay guys, so now I'm going to be applying the contour, and I'm gonna start with my nose, and I'm gonna start with this darker shade. So if you have two shades, you wanna make sure you use the darker shade. If you wanna make your nose appear a little smaller, you just have to make it, you know, you hide the parts of your nose that you don't want to show that much. So here we go. We're just gonna outline, and I hope this is dark enough. If you mess up, it doesn't matter because you're all gonna blend it anyways. And I'm just doing this really quickly, and I'm bringing it all the way up to my eyebrow. There. Can you guys see it? That's it. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And it doesn't have to be all precise, guys. You can just like kind of wing it and then clean it up after. Now, before I apply the lighter color, I fade out the darker color, and I use a sponge. This is not a clean sponge anymore because I just filmed something else and I used this sponge. So, but yeah, I'm kind of blended with the makeup, with my foundation that I'm already wearing. Now, you don't want to completely erase it. You still want to see the darker color come through. And if you need to apply more, you can always apply more. So I'm gonna use the lighter color for that, right there. And I'm just gonna go right from here, like that. And the tip, I'm highlighting a little extra. So now I'm going to blend in that lighter color. Wow, my nose looks skinny. Wow. The next thing I'm gonna do, outline of my face and my cheekbones, and that's the last thing I'm gonna do. There's not much to, you know, to do. I am going to use that brush with the darker shade. So this is where you want that darker shade to go, and it brings out this part more. So here we go. Unless you don't want that, of course, you know, you don't have to. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve. And I really need to get a bigger brush to do this because else I'll be doing this all year. But remember, you can use your hands, a sponge, whatever you have. And I'm gonna apply it all the way across my hairline. And you're gonna make a number 3. So you're gonna go from here to here, and then back down here, and then over here. If you wanna even hide an under chin, you can do that. Just put like a little bit underneath or along your neckline. Bring out your neck. I did that. I did the number 3. That's what you want. And then you're just gonna blend it in again with your sponge. You don't want to see any lines, no dark lines on your face, because that's all bad. So you're just gonna blend it into your hairline, into your foundation there. And it also gives like a warmer feel to your face. Like I like to sometimes go do this also with bronzer because it just warms up your face. Now we're gonna go in with the lighter color to bring out some stuff. Now, you can either use a lighter contouring color or you can use a highlighter for this too. A lot of palettes come with highlighting colors. So I'm just gonna use the lighter shade. Now right above it, I am going to apply that lighter shade. I'm just gonna apply it right above it. And just blend it. And I know it seems like a lot, but it's really not. So now I am going to powder my face and then show you guys the final result. I will be right back with the final result. Okay guys, so that was my little beginner contouring tutorial. It is super easy as you see. Now I know that when you look at Instagram, it can be really kind of like, you know, intimidating because all these girls are applying everything on their face, but that's really not necessary. Less is always more. Now, let's look at the before and after pictures. Hopefully you guys will be able to see a slight difference in the pictures. It's not going to be a major difference, but it's slight enough to notice a little bit of difference. And that was the whole point here. I'm not trying to, you know, make over your whole face and make it all difficult. No, I just keep it simple. This is a beginner, very beginner tutorial. So, you know, we're gradually building up to the slightly harder stuff. So keep in mind your nose and the number 3 and you'll be fine. Find the right products that work for you. If you have any questions, you can always ask me down below in the comments. I always read my comments. I love reading the comments. And yeah, that's it. I post a new video every Friday. Sometimes it rolls into Saturday depending on how editing is and, you know, other things of this nature. But make sure you hit that bell next to the subscribe button and I will let you know when my video is up. Or follow me on Instagram, Kimberly Canes, and you know, I'll let you know on my stories as soon as my new video is up. So make sure you check that out too. And that's it for now. I hope you guys loved the video and I will see you guys again next time. Thank you for watching.